So, welcome to the afternoon sessions in Studio 2. I hope you're all well and fine. We'll now start with a 60-minute session, Interactive Landscapes, focusing on some interactive design projects created by Studio Roosegaarde from the Netherlands. And they have sent lovely Lidi Brouwer all the way from the Netherlands to join us here on stage. And yes, you can come on stage already. Give her a warm welcome.
Hello. Okay, welcome. Hello.
She'll be presenting some of their works for about 40 minutes and then go into a Q&A session, so you might come up with some witty questions already. Enjoy.
Thank you. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the invitation to speak at Republica. I work for Studio Roosegaarde. My name is Lidi Brouwer. I studied Chinese and Mandarin Chinese. So I started to work for Studio Roosegaarde at a studio in China. Here you see the studio in the Netherlands, in a small city near Rotterdam. We work with a team of designers and engineers and technicians. This is a studio in China. And we develop our own technology and microchips, so we don't have to worry about software, and we always can program it ourselves. Here you can see Intimacy, a work that went viral many times, so I think you might know it, I suppose you do. It are dresses that become transparent when the wearer, the heartbeat races of the model, so then the more excited she becomes, the more transparent the dress will be. This movie, you saw the 2.0 version we made, which is also with leather, so it's more wearable than the first version we made. And here you can see Dan Roosegaarde, the designer and the artist from Studio Roosegaarde, presenting it to Maxima, our queen, who had been crowned last week, proposing her to wear the dress on the next occasion and be one of the most innovative people in the Netherlands. Possibly the world. She looks like she still might need a few sessions with Dan to convince her to really wear it next time. Here you can see Dune, one of our first works. We like to show our artworks in public spaces and to get a dialogue with the people that live and that used to come there all the time. Here we placed it in Rotterdam, in a tunnel, which is a little bit scary and dark, and people don't like to go there. It used to be very criminal, and now it's more tactile. As a studio, we like to think what happens when technology jumps out of the computer screen and becomes part of our landscape and our lives. And here you can see even wedding couples, they came to this dodgy tunnel where no one used to come, and then they started to make their wedding pictures there because they thought it was more friendly and happy and futuristic. June is next week. It will open at the Stedelijk Museum, which is very prestige in Holland. So it pops up in elite settings and in settings like this, which we think is very interesting. And this is the permanent version in Rotterdam outside.
Bestuur.
We're also very pragmatic. Here, 60 meters of Dune only uses 60 watts. So in the beginning, because we wanted to have it as dark as possible, so we needed to remove the lights, the public lighting that was already there. But no one, they didn't really want to remove it, and no one wanted to pay for the artwork and take care of it. And then it turned out that the 60 meters only used 60 watts, and then they were very happy to remove the 3 lamps that were already there and take care of the artwork. Another artwork we did last year, we launched it last year, are the marbles. Also in a setting, it's in an area which also social housing. So it was also a little bit, there used to be a basketball play field, and people did not really like to come there, certainly not during the night. And now they really, the kids are playing there, and this was a teaser we made where we were tweaking it in the studio. So the public spaces, here you also can see it. We wonder what's happening, how would Facebook Square look like when you put it in the real world. This is the embodiment of it, like a little campfire, a bonfire. And Crystal is also our latest work. It will be released in September in the Netherlands. We will have a new public space in Eindhoven in the Natlab. Einstein used to work there, and the light bulb used to be manufactured in that area at Stripe S. It's an artwork that actually can be stolen. As you can see here, it's they're separated crystals. You can put them on the, we enhance, we have a mat on the floor. And when you place the crystal on it, it starts to light up. It enhances the magnetic field from the Earth, and we help it also a little bit, of course. You can see the evolution. First you had candles, light bulbs, and now we have lights you can carry with you, basically. The artwork crystal we first made was with real crystals, so we grow them. We have an LED, and then we grow the crystal around it and dip it in a resin. And you can just play with it and write letters, and actually you can write stories in a very public way. So that's what we all do via Twitter, via Facebook. That's Crystal. The circle is the artwork that's traveling. It will be in Moscow this summer. And now you can see it in Amsterdam. The funny thing with crystal, the experience you already have till now, is that people, when they see that there are many, many white crystals and just a few blue ones, they start to steal the blue ones. They take them with them, which is okay. We like it. It's you cherish a place and you have a souvenir of well that you've been there, or you can take one and give it to your boyfriend, and then you can come together to put a crystal there, like a wish fountain. And we also want to make partnerships for the real public version with different companies. So you can make your own crystal, or you can grow your own crystal, or you can, well, we will share the technology of the crystal. That's what we want to do. And here you can see you can make, write with it, make a pot, campfire. Another intervention we did last year was Lotus Dome in Lille. The city, it's an old, beautiful city, small city actually, with a beautiful old center, and there are churches like this and no one goes there. And then the city asked us, can you help us to get people back into these, well, to respect these old buildings a little bit more and not to be afraid to go there. And then we made this artwork with this Lotus Dome. You can really hear the sub here. It's also with the real version. That's not vibrating as much as this one. It did work. People, you noticed there was an angel in the movie. It did work. People that went there, they were indeed like, oh wow, look, there's a little angel there, and look at the painting and the windows. They started to appreciate this church, which is open for exhibitions now, a bit more. This is a beautiful example of how our studio works. The technique of Lotus Dome, I'm not going to talk about it, but it's the material also developed it ourselves. It starts to fold when the light is touching it, and the light's going on when you approach the dome, basically. So it's very intuitive, very interactive, and it really acts like a flower. That's why we called it Lotus. You can see some more pictures, and it's also, in the movie you saw that it's making watery shapes when the light is shining, it's turning around inside. And here you can see little angels as well, a little bit in the shades. Here, the black one. Lotus Dome will be exhibiting in Jerusalem in June, in a cave actually, which is also very beautiful, and an intervention you don't really expect. This is our sustainable dance floor. You might know it. It's a floor that's generating its own electricity. So when you dance on it, the tiles, it works like a dynamo. When you dance on it, you get electricity, and then the more electricity, the more you dance, then it's the green spot. That's where the most electricity is being generated. You can see close up, and here you see how it works. Well, out of this fascination, our other latest project started to develop. A lot of people, a lot of electricity, so when you dance on it. So what happens if you apply it to roads? And here you can see a car of wind lights. The cars, they generate a lot of electricity driving over the road, but also the wind that you feel when the car is passing by. That's how you will. Well, you can also think of public lighting for a highway like that. Or paints that show whether the road is cold or warm, and when it's cold, the ice patterns will show, and then you will be alarmed, watch out, it's slippery. These were, or the smart highways idea down Roosegaarde, and the artist talked about a lot in lectures. And then one day, this guy was in public. He's one of the biggest, the boss of the CEO of the road manufacturer Heijmans in Holland. And they're making now this road that will be released the end of 2013 in Brabant in the Netherlands. It's paint that charges during the day and gives light at night. So you don't need street lights anymore. It's also
まずはオランダ、とってもエコな未来計画。
オランダで今年話題になっているのは、一部の地域で、スマート高速道路ができるんですよ。電気自動車の充電が自動に走りながらできる。
走りながらできるの？
はい、そうです。
その他にもオランダでは車の接近を察知して照明が点灯する道路や風力発電を利用した街灯など未来に向けてエコな取り組みが行われています。
So Smart Highway became world famous as well, online mainly. Even in Japan, and here you can see a short movie with the prototypes featured. And this is also a future one you saw in the movie I didn't explain. It's broken lines. You can also shut electricity through the paint, and then they will show unbroken. And a priority lane which charges the car while it's driving over it. So very practical for electronic cars. And you don't have to worry about the pillars and charging your car and being out of battery and stuff like that. This is typical Dutch landscape. Here you can see a little bit of Dune, the first project we did, but then the real natural version. In Kinderdijk, windmills, big, huge landscape machines, basically. And we're also making a Kinderdijk 2.0 version of it. You can see it here. This is a project that will be released 2015. This is animation. Yeah. And the faster the windmills will spin, the more shapes you will show. So it's all about creating the missing link. You can perfectly do that in a public way with art in public spaces. That's it. Are there some questions? There is a microphone in the middle. No? It's not much. Yeah, sorry.
I was wondering, how are you powering these crystals?
Sorry?
How are you powering these crystals with these LEDs inside?
Yeah, how are we? Sorry.
How are you powering these LEDs, like these crystals with these LEDs inside? Are there kind of solar panels inside or a battery?
No, there's no, that's the whole thing. There's no battery in it. There are small LEDs with a copper wire, and then we grow salt solution around it, and then we dip it in the resin. And we have we made a mat, you saw the circle, which is enhancing the magnetic field from the earth, and we help it as well a little bit, and then it starts to light up when you put it, when you come near the fields.
Great idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, thanks for the presentation. I wanted to ask you, how is the everything paid? Or, I mean, I understood that it's mainly for public places, so probably the city hall is taking care of these kind of things. But how do you present a project for these guys?
Well, it's the bigger project. We look for a partner, which is basically also my job. So the highway, we look for a road manufacturer that's going to help us to make them. And other works like the dress that becomes transparent, we self-commissioned it. It's a bit of an entrepreneurial risk you take. That's true, but that's the fun part of it. And if an idea is good, if you think you can build it, then the clients will come. Yeah. So.
Thank you.
More questions? No? 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 Okay. Good. Thank you.